It's Maria. Today is Friday. Don't know the date, but I'm gonna tell you what happened day 7 and day 8 of my pre-op diet, which was Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I went to my cousin's house for his birthday party. I did really well. Pretty much took my pain medication like the gabapentin 3 times a day like I was supposed to. They had a barbecue at his house. I ended up falling asleep. We stayed the night and woke up the next day. Clear liquids. I had to do a carb up based off my surgeon and dietitian's recommendations. Pretty much I had to take the night before surgery, which was Sunday. I had to take 16 ounces of a normal Powerade, drink that, and PO after midnight after that. And on Monday morning, I had to finish taking the other 16 ounces. Then I was off to surgery. I did break my stall. Morning of surgery, I weighed in at 271.8. I didn't reach my goal of being in the 260s, which was absolutely fine. That was my own fault, but my cycle also decided to show up Saturday evening as well. So being that today is Friday, I did have my surgery on Monday. Everything went well. I had no pain whatsoever except for gas pains. That's the only pain that I actually had and still have. I remember going in to register and having to take a urine test, which was a pregnancy test, and then they started my IV. About an hour wait. Then they wheeled me back. I remember just them putting the mask over my face and telling me, just take deep breaths, and I was out. I woke up from surgery with, like I said, no pain except for the gas pains. And what I mean by that is I just had a tremendous amount of shoulder pain in this shoulder, which I still do to this day, which made me think that they beat me up in the OR, but I know they didn't. Just sipping on some water with the pineapple crush flavoring in there. That's all the pain that I had. I remember them kept asking me if I was having any abdominal pain, any incisional pain. I had nothing. The next day, Tuesday, they just pretty much gave me ice chips until the doctor came and did his rounds, and then I was on a clear diet of sugar-free Jell-O, chicken broth, and Crystal Light. The only thing I remember tolerating was the Crystal Light. I didn't even bother with the chicken broth or the sugar-free Jell-O. I was just thirsty, really. I got sent home Tuesday. But before I got sent home, the only problem that I did have was my blood pressure kept shooting up. It wouldn't stay regulated. The medicine that they did give me in the hospital for my blood pressure, my body wasn't responding to. I remember my blood pressure being like almost 198 over 120 or something like that. So they kept pumping me full of IV medications to try to lower it. Nothing worked. So I told them, I was like, listen, before I had surgery, when I was a little bit heavier, my doctor did prescribe me lisinopril. So I told them that. They checked to see if they can get that approved for me to take. As soon as they gave me the lisinopril, my blood pressure immediately started to drop. Because I knew I couldn't leave until, number one, I got the 16 ounces that they required me to get in for that day. and that my pressure was regulated. If not, I would have been staying another night. And I really wanted to go home and be with my, be in my own bed and be with my husband and my puppy and things like that. So I got released late Tuesday evening, about 7 o'clock. Made it home. The next day I went to, Wednesday, I had my husband go turn in my prescriptions for my medications. They prescribed me oxycodone for pain. They gave me something for nausea and vomiting, which I had no problem. Thank God for that, because I couldn't see myself vomiting or anything like that, because I know it hurts, because it hurts just to move. If I had to, put pressure on my stomach just to vomit, it wouldn't have worked for me. I was also taking Prevacid. They gave me a prescription for Prevacid as well, which my insurance did not cover because it's an over-the-counter medication and they wanted $75 out of pocket for. So I just bought it over the counter and made sure I'm taking the dose that my nurse wants me to take. I've been pretty good with my fluid intake, somewhat. Just trying to make sure I stay on a schedule. I've been drinking the Premier Protein Clear, the regular Premier Protein shakes, bottles of water. I haven't had a popsicle yet, but I went today and I got this from Kroger. Now, you guys know I was drinking this a lot prior to surgery, but for some reason now it tastes disgusting to me. I tried 4 ounces of it, but I'll just rather stick with the water. I also went to GNC, like I mentioned, and I got the Gene Pro unflavored protein powder, which I just made some chocolate pudding. I used the instant sugar-free chocolate pudding with 2 cups of Carb Master milk with the 11 grams of protein in that, and 4 servings of Gene Pro, which is a tablespoon, which gives you 30 grams of protein. So each serving of my pudding has 30 grams plus of protein in it. I'm on clear, full liquids for 2 weeks. And for breakfast this morning, I had, I went to Walmart and I bought the container of Panera Bread broccoli and cheddar soup, which I just put it in my NutriBullet and blended that up and put it in these little containers. Mini-Me in Tennessee recommended these, so I didn't measure out 2 ounces, even though it says 2 ounces, but it is what it is. So I have 5 servings of those. I only used half of the container. I probably have a pudding later, and just make sure to stay regular with my fluids. I have not had a bowel movement since prior to surgery. So while I was out today, I also went and bought the Walmart brand of Milk with Magnesia, which I'm going to take a little bit in a few minutes once I get done with this video. I also did a little boo-boo, but not so much, because I did call my my surgeon's office and told them what happened. Yesterday, I went to my aunt's house, and for some strange, oddball-ass reason, I started getting a migraine headache. Now, I do suffer from migraines, and the only thing that seems to work for me is Excedrin for migraine or Advil. Being post-op surgery now, I knew I couldn't take the Advil or the Excedrin PM, not Excedrin PM, Excedrin for migraine, because of me just having surgery. And the only thing that they want me to take is Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol. And for whatever reason, extra strength Tylenol just doesn't do a damn thing for me. So I risked it, and this morning I woke up still with the same pain. A migraine headache lasted for over 24 hours. I took the oxycodone, that didn't help. I took my gabapentin, that didn't help. I was thinking maybe it might have been my pressure might have shot back up, but my pressure was fine. I also read that maybe it's because I didn't get enough fluid in me, you know, which is to be expected. If you're sleeping, you can't drink. But anyway, I took 2 ibuprofens this morning, and within a half an hour, my headache pretty much subsided. So when I called and I told my surgeon's office about it, they said it's fine, but we really would like for you to take extra strength Tylenol. So I went and got the Walmart brand of acetaminophen with the rapid release gel caps. That way, if I do have any type of discomfort or anything like that, to where I don't want to be dependent on my pain meds, that I can go ahead and take that. I've been weighing myself every day, but I'm not paying it any mind, because when I asked them while I was still in the hospital, you know, did they weigh me or whatever, because I don't remember weighing in. One of the nurses said they weighed you in at 275. Monday afternoon after surgery, I started getting up and walking around, and I noticed that there was a scale in the hallway, and I weighed myself, and I was 284, you know, day one. And I know that a lot of that was from the bloat, from the gas, and, you know, IV fluids and everything like that. So I didn't pay those numbers any mind. Today, when I went to Kroger to check my blood pressure to make sure everything was fine. My blood pressure was fine, and I used the Higgy station. The Higgy station weighed me in at 268, 269. So I'm just making mental notes of things like that, but I'm not going to count my full weight loss post-op surgery until my appointment on the 17th, which is my first post-op appointment with my surgeon's office. I'm just going to take it day by day up until then, and just concentrate on making sure I get in my fluids, getting at least 30 to 60 grams of protein, which I'm pretty good with because I drank a whole vanilla Premier Protein shake, and I've been, you know, battling with this. And if I need any more protein, I'll just have one of my puddings or whatever, since I did add the Gene Pro to that. But as of right now, I did a lot of walking today. I went to my job, walked around there at Home Depot, just, you know, let everybody know that I was okay. And a lot of my coworkers said, "You've lost a lot of weight already." I don't see it, but that's what they say. I walked around Home Depot, then I walked around Kroger, then we went to Walmart, and at Walmart, I guess that's when I hit my limitations. I needed a shopping cart to ride around in for a little bit. Came home, it started raining, and I was feeling a little sore from my incision pain, and I took my pain medications, and, you know, now I'm pretty much okay with it. I'm going to try to show you guys before I head out, not head out, but before I go take a nap. I'm going to show you guys my incisions, so give me a second. Let me go to the bathroom so I can set up for that. Let me turn this camera around so I can show you my incisions. So here I am. I have 5 incisions. Sorry if you're a little squeamish about this, but we're all in the VSG community. Here's where they pretty much use the liver retractors. Here, this top one here. This one here is another incision. Sorry about the angle. I'm only bruising because they did give me 2 shots of Lovenox injections. So here's 2. Here's where I believe they removed my stomach. This one is the only one that really hurts the most whenever I move around. I have another one here. and then this one here. Those are all my incisions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one right here for 5. So, alrighty guys, so I guess I'm day 4, day 5 post-op. Don't know how I'm gonna keep track, but I just want to let you guys know that I am on the loser's bench. I did have my surgery, everything went well. And yeah, I will check in with you guys probably when I have my first post-op appointment. In the meantime, you guys stay blessed and take care.